Today, investigators made an arrest in a Spokane Valley murder that garnered national attention nearly 19 years ago. In 1992, the owner of a furniture store on Sprague was robbed and then murdered inside his business. Spokane County Sheriff's Office now says a man convicted of more than a dozen bank robberies, kidnapping, and rape is responsible. This morning, detectives arrested 58-year-old Patrick Gibson in Western Washington. KXLY4 Sally Showman is live tonight where the furniture store used to be in Spokane Valley.
Robin, a lot has changed out here since 1992. There's a Target store in the vicinity of where that furniture store used to be, but the memory of what happened here is still fresh in the minds of investigators. And now, nearly 2 decades later, they say they finally cracked the case.
It's just tragic.
Teresa remembers Brian Cole's murder well.
What a loss. What a loss.
Just 3 hours before that murder, she was held up at gunpoint inside her Coeur d'Alene clothing store. Investigators told her the same man committed both crimes.
You're being robbed, and he just ushered us in the back.
At Cole's Traditions in Oak in Spokane Valley, investigators say a man wearing a fake beard and ball cap drew his gun and demanded money from Brian Cole and his wife Michelle. The struggle began when Brian explained that customers paid with credit cards or check, not cash.
He began to scuffle with a gunman, at which time he was shot 3 times, twice in the head and once in the arm. He was taken to Valley General Hospital and he has died.
Despite an extensive manhunt and an appearance on America's Most Wanted, the case grew cold. Now, nearly 19 years later, ironically, it's the robber's disguise that revealed his true identity. About 2 weeks ago, Spokane County detectives matched 58-year-old Patrick Gibson's DNA to a sample that was found on fibers from his fake beard.
It's very exciting. It brings closure to the family. It takes a murder suspect off the street.
We lucked out. You know, we had a happy ending, and the other family had such a tragedy. I can't even imagine.
The suspect stole $300 from Benner at Cole's furniture store. He took a life for $18.
I send my prayers and my best wishes for the family. That, you know, they're the ones that have suffered in all of this.
Now, Gibson will be brought over from Western Washington within the next week to Spokane, where he'll face first-degree murder charges. As for Benner, she tells me she believes her 2-year-old daughter saved her and her family that day. She says the 2-year-old wrapped her arms around the robber's leg and said, "It's so good to see you." And at that point, he backed off. As for DNA, it's come a long way since back in 1992. In fact, Spokane police just solved another crime, or they say they did, another murder that happened in the 1980s. That case was cracked just a few months ago. Spokane County Sheriff's Office tells me they still have about 45 unsolved murder or suspected murder cases that they're trying to solve, and they hope that DNA is instrumental in solving the rest of the cases. Live in Spokane Valley tonight, Sally Showman, KXLY4 HD News.